Hey guys, in today's video, I will be reviewing the top 8 best Garmin watches of 2025. I made this list based on my personal experience, and I tried to rank them based on their quality, durability, customer reviews, and more. If you want to know about the best pricing and more information, you can check the description links below. Number 8 in my list is Garmin Forerunner 965 watch. The Garmin Forerunner 965 is the upgraded version of the Forerunner 955. It's a top-tier running watch, and possibly the best Forerunner we've ever tested. If you're trying to decide between the newer model and the older version, read our Forerunner 955 versus Forerunner 965 face-off here. The Garmin Forerunner 965 has all of the high-tech training features of the Forerunner 955, but one big upgrade, an AMOLED touchscreen. Compared to the likes of the Fenix 7, this bright screen makes it easier to use full-color maps on the Forerunner 965. The watch is also equipped with multi-band GPS, making it more accurate in areas with notoriously bad GPS reception. The AMOLED screen has a resolution of 454 by 454 pixels. It's extremely bright and easy to see in all weather conditions. Like all of the Garmin watches with touchscreens, the screen is automatically disabled during activities, allowing you to start, stop, pause, and lap the watch using the buttons. There are 5 buttons in total, 3 on the left and 2 on the right. They are easy to use and press with sweaty fingers or wearing gloves. The watch only comes in one size, 47.2 millimeters / 1.4 inches, so if you have particularly small wrists, you might want to look at the Forerunner 265 instead. It comes in 3 different colors, yellow, black, and white, and the bands are interchangeable. Number 7 in my list is Garmin Instinct 2 watch. The Garmin Instinct 2 Solar Edition boasts an infinite battery life. Yep, it has the power to last forever, charging with the sunlight. There are a few catches, from which features work on solar power, to which versions of the Garmin Instinct 2 even pack a solar panel, to how many hours a day the watch needs to be exposed to sunlight. But beyond that, the Instinct 2 is better than the first Garmin Instinct in almost every way. It retains its rugged feel while borrowing features from some of Garmin's more expensive watches. It also now comes in a smaller 40mm size, the 2S, designed for smaller wrists. On the wrist, it's hard-wearing, with a military standard 810 rating against extreme environments and temperatures, waterproof up to 100 meters, and its display is bright and easy to see, even in direct sunlight. Unlike the Garmin Fenix 8, there's no touchscreen, but the 5-button functionality is easy to figure out and use on the move. The Garmin Instinct 2 is available now and comes in a dozen different configurations. In addition to solar-powered options, Garmin offers surf, tactical, and camo editions with special color variations and dedicated features. The Surf Edition comes loaded with a Tide widget and Surfline Sessions compatibility, for example. The Garmin Instinct 2 Diesel Edition, meanwhile, was created for truckers. When it comes to unlimited battery life, there's a catch. It's only available on the solar versions of the Instinct 2. The Solar Instinct 2 has a battery life of 48 hours in standard GPS mode, 370 hours in max battery GPS, and unlimited battery life in smartwatch mode. The non-Solar Instinct 2 lasts 30 hours in GPS mode, 70 hours in standard GPS mode, 28 days in smartwatch mode, and 65 hours in battery saver mode. Number 6 in my list is Garmin Approach S62 watch. If golf is your game, then the Garmin Approach S62 is the watch for you. With a scratch-resistant ceramic bezel and silicone straps, it's rugged enough for a round of 18, while stylish enough for the 19th hole in the clubhouse. The Garmin Approach S62 comes with key golf features such as access to data on 41,000 courses worldwide, GPS readings on distance and hole hazards, and a shot tracking function. There's also a virtual caddy that recommends clubs based on distance to the pin. It may be a lot for a novice golfer. If that's you, check out our Garmin S20 review. But veteran golfers will appreciate the insight, and may even leave the rangefinder at home. The Garmin Approach S62 looks similar to other Garmin watches on this list, with a round 1.3-inch screen and 3 buttons on the right-hand side, allowing you to navigate around the watch without using the touchscreen that you're wearing a golf glove. The watch has a scratch-resistant ceramic bezel and interchangeable silicone straps that strike an excellent balance of style and comfort. To that effect, it looks sporty enough for clubhouses, yet stylish enough for a steakhouse. We reviewed the all-black unit, but there's a white version that better resembles a golf glove, which some aesthetically minded players might prefer. The Garmin Approach S62 lasts about 14 days without a charge, although you'll get just 20 hours in continuous GPS mode. Our tester, a golfer with 30 years of experience, made it through a week with 3 rounds before needing to recharge the S62. So it's safe to say you can leave Garmin's proprietary charger at home for a weekend golf trip. Number 5 in my list is Garmin Fenix 8 watch. The Garmin Fenix 8 is the flagship sports watch in Garmin's range, and now contains both AMOLED and NIP options, with the latter offering solar charging. The Fenix 8 AMOLED replaces the Garmin Epix Pro, while the Fenix 8 Solar replaces the Fenix 7 Pro. We prefer the AMOLED watch, which still offers great battery life and a much more engaging screen. While the core sports tracking experience of using the Fenix 8 is similar to older Garmin's, it has some unique features like a dive-proof design and new dive sports modes, and is also the first Fenix to have a mic and speaker. The user interface has also been updated, and the AMOLED watch had slightly better battery life than the Epix Pro. As keen marathoners, we find the watch the perfect training tool, and it offers features that will also appeal to other athletes and adventurers. The Garmin Fenix 8 comes in 3 sizes: 43mm, 47mm, and 51mm, all of which have built-in flashlights and vivid AMOLED displays. We tested the 51mm watch, which offers the best battery life, but is also the heaviest and biggest, though you do get used to the feel of the watch on your wrist. The AMOLED touchscreen is what makes the design stand out compared to the Fenix 8 Solar and Enduro 3 watches, which both have similar features but memory and pixel displays. The Fenix 8 also adds a mic and speaker, and is dive-proof to depths of 40mm thanks to a design that includes leak-proof buttons. You can get the watch with a titanium bezel and a sapphire crystal display, or a steel bezel and a glass display. The sapphire watch is lighter and more durable, but costs $100 more. Number 4 in my list is Garmin Lily 2 watch. If you're looking for an activity tracker that doesn't look like an activity tracker, the Garmin Lily 2 Active is for you. It's arguably Garmin's most fashionable smartwatch and has several useful tools for female users, including menstrual and pregnancy tracking, giving moms to be a better understanding of their day-to-day health. The Lily 2 Active also boasts an onboard GPS for location tracking during workouts, letting you leave your phone at home, something you won't find on the standard Lily 2 or Lily 2 Classic. The Active Edition also boasts 2 physical buttons, which we prefer to use when starting and stopping a workout to the device's touchscreen. It additionally has NFC for mobile payments and over a week's worth of battery in normal smartwatch mode. The Garmin Lily 2 Active is designed with female users in mind. The aluminum case is a manageable 38mm in diameter, considerably smaller than most of Garmin's other watches. Weighing 29 grams, it's also one of the lightest watches in Garmin's range. The Lily's 1-inch display is monochromatic and doesn't get nearly as bright as watches with AMOLED screens. That said, we found the display's high contrast nature still results in decent readability in bright sunlight. Garmin rates the Lily 2 Active smartwatch for 9 days of battery life in smartwatch mode, including overnight wear for sleep tracking, and 9 hours when using GPS tracking. During testing, we found those figures to be right on the money. Moreover, the display settings have the biggest impact on battery life. Number 3 in my list is Garmin Forerunner 165 watch. The Garmin Forerunner 165 is the entry-level Forerunner in Garmin's range for those who want an AMOLED display. Despite not having the extensive features you'll find on pricier Forerunners, the 165 is a great option for runners and other athletes just getting into their sport. Lightweight and comfortable to wear for extended periods, The Forerunner 165 boasts a bright NOLED touchscreen that's highly visible, even in direct sunlight, a 5-button design for easy navigation and accurate GPS tracking. Battery life when using the GPS is good for up to 19 hours, more than enough for even the most challenging day hikes. Plus, the 165 keeps tabs on sleep, recovery, menstrual health, and stress. It can also automatically alert emergency personnel if you fall while out on the trail. The Forerunner 165 shares nearly the same design as the Forerunner 265 with 3 buttons along the left side of the case and 2 on the right. The 1.2-inch AMOLED touchscreen has a resolution of 390 by 390 pixels and is noticeably higher quality than the screen on the Forerunner 55. Water resistance is 50 meters, which is more than enough to survive sweat, splashes, and short submersions. With a full charge, which takes roughly 2 hours, the Forerunner 165 has enough juice in smartwatch mode to last roughly 11 days or 19 hours using the GPS to track a hike, walk, run, or bike ride. Number 2 in my list is Garmin Forerunner 55 watch. If you're starting to get into running, chances are you want a device that's a step up from a basic fitness tracker and won't break the bank. Among Garmin watches, the Forerunner 55 is a clear choice. It's a simple, easy-to-use running watch that'll help you keep an eye on your running stats, heart rate, and sleep from your wrist. The watch doesn't have some of the high-end training features you'll see in other watches on this list. There's no training readiness score, for example, and the watch doesn't let you listen to music or pay for groceries from your wrist, but don't let this put you off. The Forerunner 55 looks like most of the other Forerunners in the Garmin collection. It doesn't have a touchscreen, so you'll need to navigate around the watch using the buttons, 3 on the left and 2 on the right. The watch only comes in one size and has a 1-inch MIP display with a resolution of 208 by 208 pixels. However, even on the sunniest days, we could see the Forerunner 55's transflective MIP display without an issue. But if you're worried, consider the Garmin Forerunner 165 instead. A fully charged Forerunner 55 can last up to 2 weeks in smartwatch mode and 20 hours in GPS mode, a significant increase from its predecessor. This is especially impressive compared to the latest Apple Watch Series 9. Number 1 in my list is Garmin Forerunner 265 watch. The Garmin Forerunner 265 is Garmin's mid-level running watch, replacing the Forerunner 255. Check out our Forerunner 255 versus Forerunner 265 face-off here if you're struggling to decide between the two watches. The main change Garmin made to the watch was the screen, which is now a wonderfully bright AMOLED touchscreen. The Forerunner 265 comes in 2 different sizes. The Forerunner 265 has a 1.3-inch display with a resolution of 416 by 416 pixels, and the Forerunner 265S has a 1.1-inch display with a resolution of 360 by 360 pixels. During testing, we were blown away by how bright this little watch was, even in direct sunlight. This is an excellent watch for most runners. It's got a lot of the training tools of the more expensive watches on the market, yet it's far more affordable than the likes of the Fenix or the Forerunner 955 965's. The bright touchscreen also makes it feel more like a smartwatch if you're planning on wearing your Garmin 24/7's. Like all of Garmin's touchscreen watches, the touchscreen is automatically disabled in sports modes, meaning you can still navigate around the watch using the buttons, 3 on the left and 2 on the right. This makes it easier to start, stop, pause, or lap the watch with sweaty fingers or when wearing gloves. The Forerunner 265 is lightweight and comfortable around the wrist, and the smaller size option is beneficial for runners with petite wrists. Alright guys, this